Are you interested in learning a mechanical trading strategy that generally works alongside indicators? Well, in today's video, I'm going to go over exactly that strategy that I personally use. It just involves using price action as well as my ETU Elite indicator package. So let's get straight into the video. That's exactly how I was able to make full risk reward on August 28th, 2025. So this setup here is really just my continuation model, to be honest. And let's just go back in replay mode so I can show you guys more price action and what I was really seeing on the higher time frame here. So this here, if you go to the higher time frame, I always start my day on the higher time frame because you want to create a high time frame narrative whenever you are trading. You don't want to be confused or stuck on a lower time frame. I see some of you guys that are unprofitable. You are likely stuck on a lower time frame too much without any context of where price is trying to go on the higher time frame. So if we just go on a higher time frame and keep it very straightforward and simple, let's ask ourselves, where is price on the higher time frame going? Well, it's going to the top right of our screen, aka we're bullish. We also have previous highs here that we're taking out. We are obviously very bullish on the market. Now, this is my A+ setup here. And the reason why here is because we now zoom in to where price is more so closely trading, right? Because we obviously see on a bigger picture, like all this here, to be honest, does not matter too much to me on the higher time frame. I'm mainly looking for price and structure near my trades. So near where price currently is trading at. So if we go to the 1 hour, for example, we look at that 1 hour and what I see on the 1 hour. Well, I'll see here's inducement on the 1 hour. And what's this inducement for? It's inducement for this 1 hour PY, which never got tapped. Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour looks extremely choppy. There's not a single thing I see on the 4 hour except for us mitigating this 4 hour. So once we mitigate this 4 hour, I'm expecting price to expand to the upside. Now let's go to the 30 minute. We keep switching time frames and finding something else. Now look, boom. We had the 1 hour right below, but remember, price is not always going to reach there entirely. We have a 30-minute demand right below inducement. Why am I okay with this 30-minute PY? Well, the main reason is because we have inducement right above this PY. If we didn't have this inducement here, this is going to be a lower probability 30-minute demand, but we do have liquidity here. This inducement isn't in line with London session low. So now let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Okay, we can refine it to the 15-minute time frame right here if you want. So we can refine it to here. We can rename it 30-minute, whatever you want. Now let's go to the 5-minute. Okay, so 5-minute here, this more so looks like just 5-minute liquidity sweep, right? On the 5-minute, this isn't necessarily inducement. This is inducement, something on the 30-minute, but on the 5-minute and such, it's more so like a structural liquidity sweep because on the 5-minute, we made this high, we made this low, and then we made a higher high here. So on the 5-minute, this is just a liquidity sweep. So we can even mark this here if you guys want. I'll show you guys marking this. Again, I see all this visually whenever I'm live trading, but I'm just marking it to show you guys here so you guys can better understand what's going on here with price action. So here's London session low along with the sweep towards a high time frame PY. This is very good. Now, the initial entry you would be taking here on this day would be, let me see if I can find it here. It should be here. So this is where you initially take your entry because this is your first presented OB entry model here. Unless I'm mistaken, I don't see anything else here on the 1 minute. It's very choppy here. Everything is fully mitigated in terms of delivery here. So the only unmitigated PY would be here, or OB. You would take your entry here. So if you want to take this trade here, depending on where you want to place your stop loss, conservative is down here. And your TP, where would it be? Obviously at the next high because we're bullish, right? So 2.4 risk reward, or if you keep it aggressive, you get like a 6 risk reward trade off of this. Now for me, I believe I was not on the charts at this time. And I came back on the charts when price was already giving this type of delivery here. And so I was waiting for basically a continuation model here. So what is a continuation model? Well, to keep it simple, on the higher time frame, we are just doing a liquidity sweep into a high time frame PY going to new highs. So what does that mean on a lower time frame? I'm looking for a retracement on a lower time frame to then get my entries. So I'm just waiting for a PY to get hit that is in line with my narrative and discount. So here's premium discount. Here's the advanced method, looking for inducement first. This is your inducement here essentially. Here's a premium discount tool. You put it right below the PY right after inducement, or you go for the simplified way, which is just here. So nonetheless, both ways we're in discount. Discount, it just means below 50% of the range because you want to be buying low, selling high using the main strategy. Now I do have another strategy which I talk about is a stop hunter setup, which you guys also are aware of. That is buying high, selling higher. So it's slightly different, but for the main strategy that I trade, it's longing in discount, shorting in premium. So here's a 50% tool. Here is the PY I was looking at. I believe if you go to 5 minute, it might be more clear. Here's the 5 minute, so we can just mark this here so you guys can see it better. Here's the 5 minute PY. If you can switch different time frames, you can see 15 minutes fully mitigated. If the 15 minute is totally fully mitigated, most likely the 30 minute and hourly are fully mitigated, just because of how price tends to deliver fractally from my understanding of the market. So there's the 5 minute PY. I don't see anything else here. Once price hits here, you wait for your entry model. So I mean, you could have took an impulse here. This isn't an A plus impulse delivery. The only good thing about this is it's not a huge range. It's only about 10 candles of delivery. So when you have small ranges like this, you guys know impulse model works very well. So you could have definitely taken an impulse model here once you mitigated, which would be here, your stop loss here, and your target would just be the highs. So you could have caught a 5.75 risk reward trade, but for me, I just caught a 4 risk reward trade here by waiting for price to give me that OB entry model. So this is the OB entry model right here. There's another one below, as you can see, but I was willing to risk this knowing that this is a small range. When we have a small range, I tell you guys this all the time in the course, man, but when we have a small range, you can expect us to deliver much quicker, less candles, and what does that mean? We can deliver more cleanly. So when we deliver more cleanly, there's less like consolidation, something like this. There's less of this and more of something more straightforward, like how price delivered here. And so because of that, I was willing to risk this. Again, I did give myself a lot more breathing room than usual. If you want to have your stop loss right below OB, you have it there for 6 risk reward, but I did give myself a bit more breathing room here, a few ticks below this low, in case we did want to sweep the OB. Because sometimes what price does, it does a wick like this, and it does sweep. So I was cautious about that, and it gave a little bit more wiggle room. Again, did sacrifice like 50% more of my risk reward, to be honest, on this trade. Couldn't size in as much, but that's okay to me. It's still a 4 risk reward trade. It's still a very good setup. Again, the A plus setup is down here. This is just an A setup trading the continuation after we had that A plus setup. And so that's all this trade really is, man. Had a limit order set there. Stop loss a few ticks below the OB. Where's my TP? My TP was just right here. So we have origin right above here. There's times where price can potentially, we could potentially get another move like this and then go higher. So I wasn't really willing to make an extra like 1 risk reward for the sake of that. So I just TP'd right there. And again, we also have liquidity right above, right before that origin mitigation, so that could cause a bigger move back down. Wasn't a fan of it, so I just TP'd at the origin, but for sure you could have targeted the near session high, and it could have been almost 6 risk reward trade. So yeah, a bit more than 2 risk reward than what I made. But nonetheless, hope you guys do enjoy today's little trade recap. I know it's just one trade. If you want to ask another thing, which some people may ask, would be something like, how would you manage this trade? Well, for example, if you want to break even, you break even at the next internal break structure, which is right here. You can also break even using my other method I teach you guys in the course. But aside from those, man, this is basically how I was able to catch 4 risk reward trading on August 28th. Just a continuation, very simple mechanical model that I trade almost every single day, alongside with my indicators that mark out all the POIs I'm looking for, like the origins, flips. The indicators also marks out premium discount if you have it enabled. And last but not least, of course, the daily bias right here that my indicator provides every single day. It refreshes every single day, gives you new daily bias. And from my data and back testing, if you're trading alongside my indicator's daily bias that it provides you, you will have a 10-ish% higher win rate if you're only taking trades in that direction. But again, for me, I take trades trading both mitigation and expansion phases, aka meaning I'm also trading retracements at times if there's enough confluence behind the trade. So I hope you guys do enjoy today's recap, man. If you guys want to check out the free Discord server, the link is down below. If you want to join the course and mentorship, go to centraltradersuniversity.com, and I'll see you guys in there, man. Peace.